you! I'm Stanley. I'm here with Stanley.
Hello, I'm Stanley.
And today we're going to play the Stanley Parable Colon Ultra Deluxe. Now, I don't know about you, but back in 2013, which is apparently when the original came out, oops.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to correct me about it actually coming out earlier because of the mod.
I guess.
I said that in the rise up. The original full Steam version of the Stanley Parable came out in 2013.
Yes.
I have not really played or thought about it much since then. However, I did absolutely adore it at the time.
Absolutely, yes. There's some very, very fun and weird ideas in that. That it gets executed on very nicely. The original mod came out in July 31st, 2011, with a bunch of unlicensed music that they didn't have access to in it, including everything in its right place, I believe. The current
Really?
time?
Hang on. Why does it want to know the current? Well, hang on.
It's a computer video game. Surely you should be able to tell.
I like that it's working on the honor system, though. Oh, it's 24 hour. 9:10 p.m. Happy
Nice.
9:10 p.m. everyone.
Happy 9:10 p.m. everyone.
So I have no idea why it asked us if we played the original Stanley Parable, by the way. I thought I was originally going to start it up from the main menu, then I loaded the game up and was immediately asked, have you played Stanley Parable before? Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's a fun. I remember that title screen from the 2013 version.
That's a good bit. Okay, subtitles are here. That's all we really need. Shall we?
I think we shall.
So are you much the same as me, Robin? Did you sort of voraciously get through the entirety of the original Stanley Parable and then haven't thought about it since?
There are some very strange things in there, and I don't know if we're going to see them. For example, the ending where you have to spend 4 hours pressing 2 buttons, and if you don't, then it maybe falls into a fire.
I did not see that one the first time.
Yep.
Oh, one of the we should address this early. One of the most notable things about the Stanley Parable is it's got a funny British guy what says a load of stuff.
Yeah, Kevin Brighting, he's so good at this.
He's really good at this. He is a different flavour of British than both of us. He speaks posher, and that's how you can tell the difference.
Yeah. He's really funny.
He's really, really good.
Like, he's got this very good, like, this nature documentary-esque presentation. But also, when he, like breaks character and goes off script, it's good.
He's very heavy on the vocal fry.
When he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So one of the things that was really, really cool and kind of fascinating about the Stanley Parable was the narrator, but specifically how you played with the narrator. The narrator responds to basically everything you do.
It was incredible that they would put, like, a line for everything. Like, no matter how hard you pushed against the game, it would push harder back at you. And it was really rewarding, like, just being weird and messing with it. There's one very good achievement that we should try and get.
I'm hoping I was going to get told off for standing still, and I'm sure it will happen if I stand still enough, but should we get a move on?
Yeah, I think you're probably going to stand still for 10 minutes before they say a line or something. You know what these guys are like.
I do. So, here's a Hate Mondays mug. Surprised they got that one in past the Jim Davis estate.
This isn't on the Source Engine anymore, is it?
I have literally no idea, to be honest with you. I don't know if the Source Engine is still real. Oops. So yeah, the narrator narrates pretty much everything you're doing.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And this is where it gets really, really interesting. You know, the narrator said Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. You don't have to do that.
You don't gotta do anything.
You don't have to do anything that the narrator says. You can choose to, but the Stanley Parable becomes a sort of weird fractal graph of all these different possibilities of, do you obey the narrator? Do you do something weird? And there are, I don't know how many endings. I'm going to say billions. Loads and loads and billions of endings based on how much you do or don't listen to the narrator. And all of them get weird. At the time, the original Stanley Parable was really well known for playing with the fourth wall very, very heavily. Obviously, playing with the fourth wall has become sort of de rigueur since then for games.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hey, Robin.
Hi.
How polite should we be to the narrator first time round?
I think we should... I want to go for the ending where we do nearly everything that the narrator tells us to do.
Okay.
Because that is one of my favourite endings in the game.
Let's be nice. Let's play along. Let's be Stanley. Hey, how are we saying Stanley, by the way? We're going to say Stanley normally. We're going to try and be like the narrator. Stanley.
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 There's a real difference between Stanley and Stanley.
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
What does it say on the presentation?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh no!
This is all bad advice. So the world is full of all this sort of stuff. The world is absolutely rich with
What's that
nonsense.
graphic on the presentation?
Everyone's unique. That's nice.
What is hot? Profits, profits, profits.
Profits, profits, profits. Circling money, scratching out safety.
The stock market is somewhere here.
Is this the stock market? Oh, sorry, Dex, on de rigueur, as in the borrowed French phrase being like, this is like standard. This is what we do, you know?
I feel like there is an element
teenagers.
Of a lot of percent.
Oh, wait.
Space between the teenagers.
Is this where we got the ideas bin from? We talk about the joke bin a lot. Did we accidentally steal that years ago?
I don't think so, because the joke bin is when you think about saying a joke, then realize that either you're the only person that thinks it's funny, or if you say it out loud, then people will be upset with you. So you put it straight in the joke bin.
Straight in the joke bin.
Go in.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's nothing fun here to touch.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
There's no jump button. I got an achievement for trying to jump.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
I remember this very fondly from the original.
As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm pretty sure this doesn't lead to anything, right? This is just you can go in the broom closet and you'll get told off.
I think it leads to an ending.
Uh-oh.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
No, we're polite.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Bye.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs to Stanley's boss's office. I love the weird otherworldliness of Stanley's office. Looking out of the windows and seeing like white skybox is such a stark look.
It feels like extremely Source Engine, right?
Also, what feels really Source Engine to me as a TF2 player is having that amount of paint on a wall.
Yeah. There's a like a gag about that in the beginner's guide as well, actually.
Fancy toilet.
You go to one part, and there's like this cafe, where all of the tables and chairs outside there are built in the Hammer engine, and it just looks really blocky and uncomfortable. But also, if you've ever tooled around with Hammer, you recognize it immediately, and I kind of love it.
It's really cute, right? The limitations of a medium come to define it, right? We've talked about this a lot before in terms of like the visual style of PlayStation. Like the visual style of certain engines is absolutely that too. Link's, that's so funny. The best way to get the broom closet ending is to fall asleep in there.
I will also say right now, beginner's guide.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Eight.
Eight.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless.
That's so hard to explain. In the demo for the Stanley Parable, they actually cut a demo ahead of the 2013 release that was completely unrelated to everything from the main game. They made basically a vertical slice of the game from scratch, fresh, so you could play that and then also play the real Stanley Parable and not have it spoiled for you.
Yes, it's so clever.
It's incredible. In the demo, there was like a series of buttons you'd walk up to, or like TV screens in a semicircle with a big button in the middle, and when you press a button, it played that sound clip of someone going 8. Just over and over and over. I don't remember to what end. Maybe there was to no end. Do you know?
Oh. Ooh.
Cool as boxes.
I think this is different.
Is it?
I think that the pin used to open a passage right by that door, but they seem to have moved it.
I remember it being here-ish.
Maybe, yeah. You know what? That's cool.
It's way gloomy in here.
Yeah, I was going to mention, the Beginner's Guide is a very cool game that I don't think would make a particularly fun stream, but folks at home should play it.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest.
The
I
Deluxe...
should also mention, the Beginner's Guide was made by David Reedon, essentially as a reaction to the response to this game. It's very interesting.
Both David Reedon and William Pugh went on to make very, very interesting, not dissimilar things afterwards, separate from each other. So, as you mentioned, there was the Beginner's Guide. William P. went on to found a company. Robin, you told me this seconds ago, so I'm stealing your thunder. Went on to make a company called Crows, who have done a few different... Oh, this is such a cool shot.
This is good.
Went on to make...
Accounting Plus.
What's the name of Dr. Langerscoff?
Dr. Langerscoff the Tiger and the Terribly Cursed Emerald.
Which we have streamed before some time ago.
Adventure. Yeah. It's a short game and was completely free. And also starred Simon Amstel for some reason. I think we should go to the mind control facility because the escape ending is a bit weird.
Oh no, guys, I'm scared. But yeah, Dr. Langerscoff was kind of from the similar mold of the Stanley Parable, but doing a completely different thing, you know?
Yeah. This bit's cool. I remember seeing this bit and thinking, like, oh, there's a lot of production value in this game, huh?
Room packed with television screens.
It's supposed to have taken a long time to do.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have
incredibly so. On the note of the deluxeness of the deluxe version of the Stanley Parable, brackets, the Stanley Parable : Ultra Deluxe, so I'm not exactly sure. I can tell you what the developers have said, which is this game is effectively the entirety of the original Stanley Parable remade, and then there is that much content added on as well. It is effectively twice as big as the Stanley Parable, Everything that gets added on is new. Obviously, it has the narrator. It's got the original writers, all that sort of stuff. They.
This game is completely remade in Unity, not in Source.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I tell you what, the lighting tricked me into thinking it was Source.
Yep. That's a lot of work.
And Stanley, one of them,
I guess that also answers our question of, is Source still used by anyone?
Source is still used, but for this they wanted to remake it in Unity because I suppose they have more control over that as well.
Also, putting on other platforms, I guess.
Yeah, but there's still stuff that they're using to like
This
emulate
remote
the Source engine as
control
well.
facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had
Declan,
been
you're
manipulated
absolutely
to
right.
accept it
I think this ending that we're going for is an incredibly good one to start with in that regard, because we're basically getting the story that it wants you to get first, right? Like, it's written in such a way where they assume you're probably going to follow the narrator first. They don't know as well at all, we're naughty!
Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
My very first ending
Had
that I
he
got
truly
was
spent his entire life
we're about to get,
utterly blind to the world?
I think. Then the second one I got was so final that it like rolled credits at the end of it, and I don't think any of the other endings do that.
Hey, you did it, good job.
The heart of the
This is going to make sense if anyone knows. The ending I got first was the Minecraft ending.
Yeah.
Walking, eating,
Oh shit! Hi, Rich.
all of it monitored and commanded from
Hi.
this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
The narrator's so good. I forgot the narrator really gets to, like, in this ending in particular, really gets to flex the drama.
Are we activating it or not activating it?
I don't know, Robin. What do you think?
I think we should turn it on. I
But-
think we should turn it on.
It sounds bad to turn it on.
Yeah, well, we get to be in control of the mind control device. Imagine that's gonna be fun, right?
I don't want to be in control of the mind control device. That sounds like something naughty people would. I said we were naughty.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
The other Stanley told me to do it.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now, this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
4.
Mere moments
Four.
until the bomb goes
4.
off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about.
Which one's 4?
Where are we going?
Okay, that door.
Ah!
Ow!
Where to start? What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers
Where's the yellow 4?
A moment of
No,
silence
not that
before
one.
You're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
Blue 3.
I turned off the machine.
So that's the 10.
Of course, that was merely in this instance.
Oh, this is a nightmare. I forgot this is genuinely really stressful.
I simply let you
10.
sit
Good.
in your office forever,
Oh, that one's not
pushing
real.
buttons endlessly
Not done
and then
yet.
dying alone.
That big white one behind you.
I let the office sink
What?
into
Where's
the
behind?
ground,
Oh!
swallowing everyone inside, or I let it
3.
burn to a crisp. I have to say this though.
3.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. And I
10.
just hate to see it go. But
10.
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My
House.
goodness, only 34 seconds left.
10.
I'm enjoying this
No!
so much. You know what?
Red
To hell
one.
with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Thank you.
These are precious additional seconds. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the latest time?
Robin, why did we go for this one first?
Because I love it. It's so good.
Now.
Wait.
Or did you just
No!
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button.
Wait, that's
or
a...
this door.
Ah!
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea
What was that?
what your
That
purpose
trolley
in this
behind you.
place is?
That cart there.
Stanley,
No!
you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
2.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first. So you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds
5.
you have left to strike. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here.
Oh, there's a 4 there. We can try that one.
Will you cling
Quickly.
desperately to your
You got the steps, yeah.
I'm going as quick as I can. There's no...
Another
What if Stanley moved fast button?
Don't. It's all the same to
It would be
me.
very funny if you had a
You're
sprint
hard to
button. The
joke.
sprint lasted
And
3
believe me,
seconds.
I will be laughing at every
And then Stanley goes...
from the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
You know, like a video game. Forgot that was the ending where the narrator gets really cross at you for ruining his story.
I really like that one. I really like it. It feels like a D&D campaign with a railroading DM who's just absolutely incensed.
sick of you.
Yeah.
Also, so that is an ending, and every time we get an ending, we return back to Stanley's office to try again.
The end is not the end.
The end is never the end.
gone.
There's an achievement.
There's an
Stanley
achievement.
decided to go to the meeting room.
Click
Perhaps
on
it's simply
door
missed a note.
430 5 times.
So there is always, when you start, it's basically from fresh. There are situations where it will do a load and take you back, and it won't be the end of that story, but you are always from fresh when you reach this point. So don't worry, the narrator doesn't hate you.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
Robin, was this different in the first one?
This is the same in the first
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's a really good
Now,
achievement.
suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the
Oh.
kind of that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true
I don't know how to open the console and script it in Unity, Robin.
clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly. 50.
Do I have to do 50 clicks?
I guess so. Oh boy. They This is a really silly achievement, and I'm very fond
still
of
not
it.
feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant
I was
something.
pressing
has
it
to be
so
a
hard.
true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what.
I can
the
Mario
cost.
Party the button if you'd
Why
like.
don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. 417.
Yeah.
Ooh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Aha.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
So much of the game is just playing with you like this.
Yeah.
Like, it does a genuinely really good job of, like,
Now, back
it's
to door
it's a
number
mix of, like,
437.
predicting what you are going to do as a player, but also it does a really good job of guiding you to the things it wants you to do. Like, the broom closet is a really good example, right?
How about you click on, I don't know, the copy machine?
Ah,
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Like when we walk out to that broom closet, it makes you want to click it by being
Now go climb on
419.
employee 419's desk.
419 by being really big and really shiny and being right in the way. It's that like, it's the Darren Brown thing, right?
This is great.
Yeah.
You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Ha!
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Oh.
Ah.
It's really funny to do this directly after the ending where he gets really mad at you.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
So is the only way to know that's there to look at the Steam achievements list and see click on door 435 times?
Absolutely, yes.
Because I looked at the achievements list earlier, because I wanted to see if it was the same. There's some bangers in there I absolutely remember.
There's a few new ones as well. They also updated the Go Outside achievement. One of the new ones is Test Achievement, please ignore. Test Achievement description, replace this with the pink and black install Counter-Strike.
Yeah!
They've also got Super Go Outside, which is don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years.
The one for the original game was 8 years, right?
Only 5 years, I believe.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking of the number 8. We can go out that window, can't we?
You can go out one of the windows, yeah. You need to climb on a chair, I think.
Yeah. I remember going out of a window and the narrator really not liking it. That's a really good question, Dactylon. I'm not sure. Is there a console? There's no console key binding. Obviously, in the original game, it was source, so it was just backtick, right?
Yeah.
Pressing backtick, nothing's happening.
There's Unity now, so...
Who knows how to enter open a Unity console? Don't we have to be in dev mode to do that?
There is... There is one new achievement as well that I don't believe was in the original, which is called Settings World Champion.
Hang on. We gotta try and be Settings World Champion. Is that touching every setting, you think?
Do you want me to tell you?
I do.
Set all setting sliders in the menu to all of the available numbers.
Now that is an achievement. Incredible work. Okay, Robin, I'm choosing this time.
Okay.
He entered the door on his left.
No, he didn't.
Ah, naughty.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
4B9. So, I'm going to try and do what I remember doing my first time through, but it was a really long time ago, so who knows if it's actually going to be that.
Room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This room's got a really dangerous hole in it.
Conversation pit, you mean?
What's a conversation pit?
Yes.
Like a gladiatorial arena, but for chat.
First open door on his left.
That's very telling of how you treat conversation.
Maybe so.
Robin?
Yes?
Is the conversation pit real?
I believe so.
Okay. You wouldn't lie in front of the don't lie sign.
Stanley was so bad
Addy,
at
I
following
have to deal with enough people calling me a liar at
directions
work.
5 years ago.
I'm sorry, I understand. Also, we've been at work today, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember another ending.
Yep.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I mean,
I'm not your enemy.
we could.
I'm not.
We shouldn't, though.
realize that investing in your
Good,
trust
though.
in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really?
Whoa.
In the middle of something. Zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you
Oh my
something
god,
beautiful.
Conversation Pits are real and Dectalon's had
Let
one.
me prove
Oh my
that
God.
I'm
Oh my
on your
God.
side. Give me a chance.
I love... This whole game is covered in nonsense signs. Like, you could burn through this game not looking at them, you know? Like, just assuming it's real signs. But
Now
if you
listen
stop
carefully,
and
this
look
is
at any of the decoration in this
Stanley
game,
walked
there's
through
always
the red
something
door.
weird here.
It's absolutely absurd.
Do you want to go through the red or the blue door, Robin?
He wanted us to go through the red door, didn't he? So,
Okay.
Aha,
I think.
perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm not sure that Stanley did.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I didn't realize that he changed the subtitles
All
as
right,
well. That's
fine,
very
go
funny.
ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me
Oh, Moo,
stop
there's
you.
so many little treats in here, like the don't do lies sign.
You see? There's nothing here.
Is this the
I haven't even
Minecraft one?
finished building this section of the
I don't
map
think it is.
because you were never supposed to be here in the first
They've
place.
got orange
Broken
box
rooms,
textures even though it's
Yeah.
not source.
Yep.
Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in
think
the
this
end,
might
it was
be.
all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable
I actually really
desires
like the
of
sound
yours.
of
What would
a
have made
lowered
this game
area
better?
in a room
What did
that you can
want to
comfortably
see?
sit in.
Vehicles?
Yeah.
It turns out I
Steel
might really
trees?
like a
Work
conversation
with me.
bit.
You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some
Yeah.
feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option.
Ooh.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
The lights on the ceiling.
I mean, it says ceiling light. It's wild. It's wild to see orange box textures in
Yeah.
So for those of you who may not know or may not have played as much TF2 custom maps as I have, these are
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
these
There are
orange.
lots-
Say that the game
Sorry.
Yeah, there are lots of games in
allowing you
the
more
maps in the
choices.
community that
Feel free to be
people
honest.
wanted to get the
I'm
design
looking
of the
for
levels
some
out,
real
but
critical feedback
didn't
here.
necessarily have the time because video games are hard to make.
Video games are very
Uh,
hard to make.
Didn't have the time to properly dress the whole thing, so.
Like,
These were called,
you
yeah,
want to get the layout first, right? And then because painting a map is hard, right? So you want the layout first. And the Source Engine's level designer's default textures were these beautiful orange and grey ones. I don't know if this is...
quite a nice.
A one? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations. You saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express
Very
itself.
like the way-
mechanically
A
and
one?
artistically, But a one? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
I think it's quite
Let's
a nice
take a
shade of
look.
orange.
It's a very delicious orange. It looks like an edible
Yeah.
orange. Hey. I can't tell how real this is.
I'm pretty sure it's all fake. Because.
Okay, only the worst 3% of players shows the blue. I bet that's the
Really
real
cruel.
time we've been playing, though.
7 hours?
Oh, I read that 7 minutes for some reason, but it's seconds at the end. Never mind. Back.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Wait.
You wouldn't
This
mind
is the
taking
bad
a look
one,
at
isn't
would
it?
you? Perfect.
This is a bad
This is the bad one.
In this game,
Yay!
you pull the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
So they picked the worst noises. It's incredible.
Voices are so bad.
So this is very funny, but also if you actually do this for 4 hours, there is a different ending as well.
I believe after 2 hours they make the game harder as well, so you can't just sit there pressing the button.
They introduce a tank of piranhas with a puppy hanging above it.
I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
Interestingly, they
Thank
did.
you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Yes, please.
Let's see.
I wonder what it's going to be.
I'm really interested as well. Last time round, well, you know, I'll say that afterwards, just in case.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, they had to record dialogue for this.
Whoa!
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 This game is about
This wasn't one of the original ones.
What is our motivation?
Oh my god!
It seems obvious. Spying on innocent civilians below you. Perhaps for some sort of twisted revenge. Yes, that must.
Oh my god! The narrator roasting Firewatch from Firewatch.
What is
So far,
Firewatch?
Everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out
God,
there.
the doormat.
Boo!
Please, no Steffi. Well, have a look around the cabin. Oh, the cool S's.
Who Firewatches the Firewatch? So
the Ollie Moss background as well. Look at that.
it's gorgeous, isn't it?
This is real nice. Did you play Firewatch, Danny?
Not yet. I know I really need to.
This is a very authentic
Oh,
Firewatch.
I've seen enough Firewatch to immediately have known how authentic this
Yeah.
is. You want to truck Alaska?
Truck Alaska, baby.
God, this is incredible. So I alluded to it before. What you would get teleported what you would get teleported to originally was Minecraft.
Yeah.
You would just get teleported to Minecraft.
In the mod version, you go to Portal as well.
Yeah, I believe you go to. Is it Minecraft Portal and Half-Life 2?
That's it, yes.
What
That's really funny.
I can understand how they couldn't manage to get the rights to Minecraft in 2022 after it had blown up tremendously.
Yeah.
In 2013, it kind of hadn't yet. Look, it's Firewatch down here.
Pretty nice. This is lovely.
This is really pretty.
Just a nice game. Firewatch.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Close call. Put off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
No, we're in it.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Oh.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
The main reason I remember this ending is because it is an absurd technical achievement, but also it's incredibly funny.
What?
Just a nice big box figure around it. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this
Which team are we
is
playing
game
for,
design.
Robin?
Orange
Stanley,
team, of course.
if you
Okay.
get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Here I go. God, this is amazing.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
This is Rocket League.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must.
Ball?
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
That's the right noise and everything.
I've decided that Kevin Brighting is the only person who's allowed to say sports ball in 2022.
Yay.
Are you doing
Are they actually good?
Are you winning?
Oh,
Is
I'm
this
moving
fun?
faster as time
Oh,
goes
wow.
on.
My miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely
Yes,
multiple
yes.
balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Yeah!
Yes. Oh, goodness, that
This
really
is
does feel
sports.
Amazing, doesn't it?
I'm pretty excited
Stanley,
about there
I'm
being
like a
two
child in a
balls.
confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
This is better than the Stanley Parable, he's right.
But wait, no. It's
you
gonna be
enjoying
so hurt by this, Robin.
Fun. Is this a real?
The narrator's not
game?
happy about
Well, I
this.
sure hope you're having a good time because guess what? It's over. That's
Oh,
right.
Robin,
Your little
look what
fun comes
happened.
to an end.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Have more balls, please. So, what would happen after you've been to Portal and Minecraft in the 2013 version is that you'd get dropped into the original mod. Like the one the 2013 version was an expanding of. Like, you would literally fall down into the original version, which was sick. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to try going in the hole.
You're going to score yourself.
I'm going to score myself.
Hold on. What are you doing?
I'm scoring a goal! Ooh! Ooh!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
This is kind of scary and empty.
Yeah.
I fully can't see. It's really dark.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have come in the empty version. Ah!
Yeah.
It's the original version. I mean, kind of. I don't think it was this grimy. Maybe it's got grimier over timier. Like, the super original version of the Stanley Parable, when it was a source mod, was obviously using just source textures, right? So it looked really Half-Life 2.
I mean, those City 17 and tenements are horrible.
They're not nice. It's all sad and grimy, and the Combine ruined them. So I guess we can only assume the Combine had also ruined whatever building it was. This is looking like a Half-Life in here. So now we've seen the two extremes. What if we were Stanley Parable and what if we really weren't? I can't see anything. I might need to turn my monitor's brightness up.
I think that every ending is a different extreme.
That's true.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Stanley Parable's really good.
Really good.
Like, those are two of the wilder endings we've seen so far, but those were also endings from the original. Effectively. That one ends the same way, but obviously it didn't have Firewatch and Rocket League in. I don't know how they've done that, but good on them.
Asked nicely, I guess.
I can only imagine, like, the folks from Panic/Campo Santo are pretty amenable to what if we did something weird.
Yeah.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can you climb on that desk on the left?
I remember it being this one, but I don't know how we get up there.
Looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This one?
Maybe it's one in the hallway there. Aha.
Yay!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
It's so annoying.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question.
I remember this one in particular really got me the first time round.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? This is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
It's things
Indeed,
like this
you are
that
one of
really
the
make
lucky
me
ones. Though if the other
like
option is
think
really
about what
miserable
must
to
the
listen
breadth
to,
of this
then
game
perhaps you're
be,
not.
right?
Yeah.
In fact,
Like, there is almost certainly, like, a giant file somewhere with a huge tree of all the different options that happen in this game. There's some representation of that somewhere.
Yeah.
And I cannot imagine how wild that is.
There are some gags as well that you can't actually see unless you take the game into an editor or something as well. Like, during the bomb ending, there is a event trigger called Escape Hatch, which you can never activate, but it's there, and you also would never know about that unless you decompile the file and have a look at it in Hammer, which is so unnecessary.
Does it actually work? Can you interact with it?
Absolutely not.
Cool.
They just put that in there for their own amusement. Because they're sickos.
And me too. I mean, there is a song out there if you want to hear the song.
Oh yeah, you're right.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I wonder if it'll react to us immediately doing that. Like, it called you out for
First,
doing the thing,
Stanley
right?
assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design.
I wonder
all
how
along.
they've actually added
Then
all
praised
new
the game for
content
its
to this as well, because we've
insightful
not seen
commentary
anything new
into
so
the
far.
nature of
No,
video
not
game
new.
structure
Like both the endings
and
we've
its
seen have actually been
examination
in
of
the original
structural
mod as well.
narrative
Yeah.
tropes.
So where is the
now
new
that you're
stuff?
here, what do you think?
I
Isn't this a
don't
fun and
know.
unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
Do you want to restart?
Must be told, was not very known and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
I think the song's in the trailer.
All day,
Is this in the trailer?
I think it might be an A trailer.
his brain had long ceased.
The Stanley Parable had some very old trailers,
Which is why he is in this
including one
parable.
where they had an email from someone who was criticizing the game for being too linear. So they made a game where you can do anything you want, including taking your grandfather's spirit and binding it to a bicycle to perform some kind of snake oil routine to scam some local villagers.
You
Was
too.
that for the 2013 version or the Ultra Deluxe version?
That was for the 2013 version, yeah.
Because I do remember the narrator being very withering about emails, and I could not remember which version those were for. They were definitely incredibly good trailers, though. Matt, what's the song that they have taken out? Because as far as I remember, that ending is how it was in the 2013 version as well.
In the mod, they had a bunch of songs they did not have a license for. I think there was a couple Nine Inch Nails songs in there. There was a Radiohead song. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense for falling down into the underside. So this song will just keep playing for a while till the game restarts, so we can just
Quite
do
nice, actually, yeah.
that. Yeah, it's really pleasant. Gets quite nice. He's not talking about Stanley being all gangly.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin, where's the new content?
I couldn't tell you, Danny.
Hey, do you reckon that's because we've played the Stanley Parable before?
Maybe.
Do you reckon they do it in some other way if you say no?
Was that always there?
What? We
No, that was
we
the-
100% would have seen that coming around this
Yeah.
corner.
So I guess they need you to get a couple endings before they do that. That's fun. Well, go through it then.
When Stanley
I'm
came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to
Gonna
the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Do
well.
the other thing I remember.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
Okay.
employee lounge first,
I'm just looking at the
just
clock.
to admire it.
Of course, we will go to the new content.
Wow.
Like,
Yes.
what I
This
really
room
remember about this is,
was
like,
eager
the
to
Stanley
get back
Parable
to
offers you
business.
precious
Stanley
few
took the
ways to
first
exert your
open
own
door
control,
and was
right?
Hmm.
The game's example is a good example of that, because it's like the narrator gets sad
Stanley
with
was so
you,
bad at
but is
following
still in
directions,
control.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I think this is genuinely one of the only ways I actually remember of, like, Stanley effectively taking control of the situation.
Yes.
And it kind of sucks, right?
I know what you're gonna do.
Perhaps we
But
are on
also,
the wrong foot
I
here.
really remember
In his
this.
eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you're very powerful.
Just the withering, you've really wasted your time here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What would that mean?
I wonder how many line reads there are for the intro of the game, because you see this tens, if not hundreds of times.
It has to be perfect because it's the thing you always do.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
There's no way this is actually where all the new content is there?
I mean, there was new content in the game's ending. Technically.
Where are we going? Also, if there's an ending you particularly want to see, give us a shout. We got plenty of time. Oh, we got plenty of time.
Oh.
Breathe into a mouse.
Playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you
Ah!
was a video game released in 2013 on
They're doing our job for us, Robin.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and
This
home
is fun.
computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features
Like when you fill a
exciting new
profiterole
content
with
that
cream.
broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
Real
delighting
Tower of Terror
audiences
stuff going on
the
here.
world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special.
I don't know why
yet, but I'm sure
I
it's
should have
just the beginning
expected.
of a mesmerizing
Like-
adventure.
It's like the new content is diegetic.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere?
It's those moments when you
here we
realise
go.
that neither
All right,
Stanley
finally,
nor the
at long
narrator
last,
are in
it's
control of the
on to
story
new
as well.
content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
The narrator thinks he's in control, but
Is that
Hmm.
the only time you hear someone else speak?
no, in the museum ending there's a different
Oh,
narrator
sorry, you're
as
absolutely
well.
right.
It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content. We can jump.
All right. Let's see. It's the jump circle.
That's some good-looking gaffer tape. Yeah!
Whoa!
Yeah! We can jump now!
Whoa!
Yeah! I did point out before that we can't jump.
There's no jump button. This is really funny. Hi, Dahlia.
Hi, Dahlia.
You came just in time.
Sorry, you've missed us using all of our jumps. We've
What's
got...
behind the back of that plywood? Is because that cable's running into something.
Is that it? Surely that's not
Computer.
all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
It's wires and computers. No more jump.
Andy gotcha. Oh.
I can't remember what Stanley looks like.
Another elevator.
It's just one of the
Stanley,
civilian models from
I have to
Half-Life.
say, initial
I don't
impressions
remember what
of
the
this
civilian
game
model
are
from
not
Half-Life
positive.
looks like.
It's just elevators and
Do you
jump.
know the name
Is this
Gordon
what causes
Froman?
for exciting
Yeah.
new content? If this is new content, then I
Like
could
that.
just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
You got 20 hours of content?
30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
This room's scary. Yay!
You've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please."
It does actually say that.
Signed off on this. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley.
The narrator knows what
too
Twitter
much
is.
anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, wait, hang on.
Oh!
Hang on. This is... I like the picture of how the office used to look over there. Hang on, have we actually been transported to the new content?
I think we've been taken to the new content by going through that. That's very funny.
You... Oh!
You dirty dogs.
That's so good! Wait. Is that... Okay, that is a picture. Because of the way it zoomed when I went in, I thought it was a window to that actual room. I was about to get really confused.
Like a portal or something.
Exactly like, no, they don't have the rights to that anymore.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Now this is a video game, Robin.
Like I'm playing Fear.
What's going on? Where on earth are we?
Remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa.
Hello?
Office chairs.
Office chairs next to this is such a... Hey, you'll remember the room before the boss of Amdapur Keep. Anyway. Whoa!
I call
What?
it the memory.
Whoa!
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This is genuinely really lovely.
The decoration is so weird.
Where's their office equipment?
I don't know.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone
I want this for
remind
my
you how
house.
wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
Why is it on
Back
Russian,
then,
Steve?
Video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
That was a stupid joke. Time magazine with time. Oh, graphs! One of my favourite things in all of games is pretend magazines.
Yeah.
Wow, it really looks like productivity software. Is that saying the end is never the end? Yeah, it totally
think
is,
so,
isn't
yeah.
it?
The greatest wealth is memory.
Oh, this is amazing. All of the signs in here are incredible. That's not a door we're allowed.
The color grading in here is real nice.
Is that clock set to 2 hours ago deliberately, or is that a coincidence? Because it's 22:13 right now.
Yeah. No, it's a coincidence because it's set to 2013 because that's the year it came out.
Oh, of course, you're right. Sorry.
It feels like a joke from the podcast regular features. Like everything is 2013.
Oh my god. This is incredibly good. look, it's a website. There's no way that clicks is a real thing, huh? This is lovely. Oh, look, that's a real BAFTA.
It says The Last of Us on it.
Oh dear. Oh, that's probably a real one, actually.
It's a real one, yeah.
Wait. I wonder if they... Hang on. Did Stanley Parable win a BAFTA?
I'm googling BAFTA 2013 best story. Games.
It was apparently nominated for one. I can't...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nominated for one in 2014, so that maybe there's no bitterness involved in that. Wow, a money! Oh, that's the demo we were talking about before.
This is really quite lovely. It kind of reminds me of the museum ending, but
for like after 2013 came out.
yeah.
If anyone wants to design a hat, by the way, I have got a coupon for you.
Half off. All the news that's fit to print.
That's what they really do on that, isn't it?
I think so. Matt, no.
No! No! This is genuinely really lovely.
This is so sweet.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
oh, it's
"There are
really
so
nice
many
that
games that aspire
they've
to
kept
be
that name
Updated
correct.
that name,
That's
yeah.
really
less
nice.
than any form of art. Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be
Sorry,
every
this is trying to do an
game
impression.
ever created.
I think it's making an impression.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created.
Oh.
It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
This is kind of melancholy and also like... Imagine... maybe actually... If you say yes, they do add the new content door, because this would be so alienating if you hadn't, right?
Yeah. Oh, did you say you hadn't played the
Paul!
original?
Paul! Paul!
Oh.
Sorry, Robin, you were going to say?
So, did you say you hadn't played the original?
Oh, no, well, the original is in the 2013 or the mod?
No, at the very start with very first choice.
Oh, no, I
did
said
you-
I had.
Okay.
Minecraft! That's the narrator's house! That's the narrator's house that he built in the Minecraft. Oh. So I have been thinking, like, wow, I had a really good time with Stanley Parable since we found out it was dropping today. This is hitting at the right time.
What's down here?
This is the memory zone maintenance. It's locked. Maybe we can get in there somehow. Oh.
Oh, look,
It's the
look.
buttons.
Down a bit. That's Stanley. That's Stanley.
Who's that?
That's the lady that shows up in one of the endings where Stanley walks in a
Stanley's-
circle for so
Yes.
long that he goes mad.
Wow, it's Hammer.
It's the Hammer editor.
Weird.
I love how there's so many jokes in here that like you'll only get if you've ever like gone into like dipped your toes in game design. like all the stuff about Hammer and Orange maps as well.
I love all this stuff that's not real.
It's really nice. The tie. God.
This is weird, because like there is the museum ending, like you say, which is immortalizing it.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game
In
was
almost
perfect.
any other
It
game,
didn't
this
need
section
anything
would
else.
be
It didn't need
unbelievably
new content.
arrogant.
It just needed to be left alone.
In the
To
Stanley
spend the
Parable,
rest of
it's
time
kind of
collecting dust
melancholy
in the hallowed
and
hall
very
Yeah.
of
funny.
beloved video game memories.
That's from the trailer where people emailed the narrator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. This is weird how... Oh, it's the serious room when you get in trouble.
Oh yeah.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Do you remember cold drinks, Robin?
Oh.
Oh.
We're in Paratopic, okay.
Declan, I think this may be the area you were thinking of.
Oh no. God no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Apparently, dark shout out to Buglivia.
Not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious point. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I feel like this asset has been in literally every video game ever.
I do recognize that specific one from Left 4 Dead, I think.
But it's not in the Source engine anymore.
There you go, they remade it from scratch.
I don't understand. Oh,
This is a really funny way to do this, but also I was having a bit of a moment in the memory zone earlier.
it's okay. Now the moment is ruined. Oh, I can't
Thanks,
read
Buglivia.
it. Shout out to Buglivia wherever you are. Sorry you didn't like the Stanley Parable.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games...
What I like is they've
preachiness
chosen
gets
reviews
annoying
that are
fast. Preachy?
perfectly well written
Stanley,
and
I'm not preachy,
absolutely
am I?
fair, you know?
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
Like, neither of these seem like horrible
It's
knee-jerk
actually
reactions.
quite
These
shocking
people
for me.
did not really enjoy
I
it.
always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to.
I can't tell
These
if at
black
some point
marks
we've
on my
deviated in
otherwise
such a way where we've
unimpeachable
come to the
track
memory
record.
zone.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Looks nice down here, doesn't it? It really does look like a Left 4 Dead level.
Yep. Are we going to use this one as a raft?
I hope so.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
This is probably fine, isn't it?
Nothing about this feels fine.
Should I press the skip button? I found the ladder.
I guess so.
I don't think anything
And
good
here
is going to
it
happen when
Go
we press
ahead
the
and
skip
give it a
button.
shot. I'll
No.
put you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling
Is he
on
just
going
gonna
to
keep talking till we press it?
The Stanley
so.
Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, and so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245.
I am
The logic of
tweeting the Stanley
elimination
Parable is the
backwards,
game for the people.
deduction therefore
I really enjoy that line.
It's an exceptional line.
10,000
I
years.
feel like we've
Just
bumped up
guessed it.
exceptional lines
Here and there,
constantly,
forward
you
and
know?
back, and never a
Yeah,
moment
they're doing a
of
fantastic
time.
job.
It can't be.
Maybe why this
It's the
took
only thing
9 years
there
for them to
is.
make.
How many billions left until so
It's
much more
a
than
genuine
forever
achievement
ago,
to
which
write-
is why I say
So this whole thing
the
is
story and the
coated
choice
in so
all
many
happen,
layers of meta, I
and
genuinely
therefore
don't know
by
how
becoming
deep
it
we are at
is,
this point.
so
I've lost
on and so
count.
forth, until
It
inevitably
still
we
feels
all until
exactly
the
like
end
the
of
Stanley
time, at which
Parable, and
time
is
everything all
the
at once.
writing fits
So,
in
now you see,
perfectly.
blah, blah,
It's
blah,
so
blah,
cozy
blah,
to be
blah,
back
blah,
here.
blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too
Right?
much and it can't be just yet.
Honestly.
He's hit a
Until
loop.
245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore.
Is
becomes
it, or is it like a
impossible to
series of stems
manufacture.
that are randomly
It went on
playing?
for nearly
I think it's a loop.
10,000 years, until just
I guess we'll have to press it then.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
But we love that
I
stuff!
happen to believe
They
it was
need to press the
perhaps
button
one of
again,
my
don't
more
they?
profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, the description of it.
This is so cruel.
Describe it. I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you.
That's
then.
so cruel.
You can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is
I wanna
that
hear the
any
manifesto,
choice you've
though.
ever
Yeah,
made
I'm
is
interested in
simply
this.
a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and
I
not
feel like
making
this actually
choices,
probably
and
makes
that they
sense,
are
but I'd
both
need to
affecting
go
you
away and
and
think
not
about it because it's
affecting
written
you
in
at
such a
the
way where
same
it's clearly
time,
cyclical.
by virtue of the fact
Yeah.
that you both are and are not.
But I don't
making
think
them.
it's I don't think
Okay,
it's an
first,
unfair
I
point
was
that
leaning
he's
towards
making.
manifesto. Now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise
Oh,
label on this one.
God.
I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become
I think
sick
we
of
might have
one
hit the
or
point,
other,
Robin.
in which case
Yeah.
the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley.
The problem is they made the dialogue really funny.
Really
So
engaging,
don't
yeah.
skip it.
Here we go. Treatise.
manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto.
Yeah, I think we might be looping.
Manifesto.
This is so annoying.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say.
Dark shout out to Cookie
and whether
9.
they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review.
I need
in
to
the
skip
first
it
place.
again.
I guess I should become better educated.
I want to
on
learn how
exactly
Steam
Steam
works, Robin.
works.
I've never
that would be the smart
understood.
thing to check
This
on
is
before
so
I went about
annoying.
this whole exercise. Imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology
Robin,
work, surely whoever it
Are-
is
are
runs
we more
Steam
dogged
will
than this is
instantly run out
annoying?
and implement a new feature to make it
I don't
possible
know
to
if I
edit one's
am.
review, merely because of
You've
this
never
very
admitted defeat
situation.
before in an annoying
I
battle.
think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user
This
the
is so
ability
dry.
to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. No, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable?
Okay,
Ultra Deluxe?
how many reviews do you think are going to be
Such a
submitted with this
revolutionary step
exact
forward in the
text?
lineage of one of the most beloved video game companies of all time.
You know, it's like when a
The additions
podcast says
and
leave a
changes
5-star
this
review and
extension
write
will
this,
surely
you know?
resonate in the
Yes.
annals of the history of all media ever made.
I remember
It is true
that
say
a podcast
mistakes
I
are
listened
forever
to
etched in stone, for the stone
wanted to
into
get
which the
like
Stanley
responses from
parables
people that
carved
listened to the whole
has
thing,
itself been transmuted,
and they weren't sure
offering a
how
message
to
of hope to
like which
those
phrase
who
to
have
use.
ever
So the one they
erred
landed
in their
on was,
judgment.
"I enjoyed
You
the
are
discussion
not
about Lena
beyond
Dunham's
redemption.
girls."
You may change. And
Presumably,
you may become
sentence that no
more,
one on
so
Twitter has ever
much
said,
more
so easy
than
to
you
find those
were
people.
before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune. A privilege.
I had already found a
Sure
review
it
on
is
Steam that
to
says "From the
have
Ashes
had
of
such
Depravity
an
rises to the
experience.
Phoenix of Quality."
It leaves
Yay!
As a world, there is time for us to become
It's
our
a really
greatest selves,
long
as great as we
review.
ever could dream of in our
Is
wildest,
it this full
most
thing, Robin?
ambitious visions
Yep.
for a better future.
Yay!
Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time.
I don't know. I think in a way the
From
narrator's
ashes
very
of
sweet,
depravity
you know?
rises the phoenix of Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button...
We never
has
really
been
had to press the
aptly
skip button at any
demonstrated,
point,
and
did
we
we?
can say goodbye to it and just... Wait.
Oh.
How do we get out of here? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one before. How else would we have
That's
gotten into the
fucking
room?
good writing.
That's so
Couldn't go
funny.
into a room without a door of some sort. Or
That's
window
good
or something.
writing.
Is there a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button.
That was timed so perfectly, I can't tell if he interrupted himself to say that or not.
Wasn't there? I swear there was.
I guess we have to press the button, but that seems really dangerous.
Just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is
Yes.
done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any action at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door.
That's
We need
my
a
best
door of
impression
some
of a
kind.
90s
I can work
FPS
with
noise.
any kind of door, as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly
Well-
to remove a door and place it. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh my god.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room.
Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did
Hey,
Cookie Nine's
have you
opinion
all
matter so
ever
much to me? I've
created
never even
anything?
met Cookie Nine. I have no
You know the human
idea
impulse
who
to
they
only
are.
ever remember
What
the
would it
bad
really
things
matter?
people say.
Yeah.
I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made
One
a
of
single
the
negative
negative
comment.
reviews for
What does
the
such
Stanley
an
Parable Ultra
impulse
Deluxe
serve?
is,
To
I'm just
whose
leaving a bad
benefit
review
is
so I can
this?
be in the next Stanley
And
Parable
here I
game.
am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button. Become frozen in
Oh,
time, knowing
dear.
that you're going to do it. I'm
You
gonna be
think they're going to do the
stuck
same
all
trick 9
alone.
years again further
I
on?
had vowed to prevent it all from happening. If only I'd held my tongue.
Well,
It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision
I mean,
as to
we-
exactly when you're going to make me suffer.
I
to
guess
leave
we
me
have
all
to?
alone. Surely
I guess
you
we have
will.
to.
I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me.
there is an awful
And
lot of the
surely you'll
narrator
put
having
your
to
own
just sort of
desire
talk
to see
nonsense
what's next
endlessly
ahead
in
of
this
my
ending,
Yeah.
huh?
company for companionship.
I mean, he's good at
Surely
that.
You'll not be moved by my howls of
You could say it's his
anxiety,
job.
But you sit with me and just stay here. Oh no, no, no! I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh my God!
Oh, did it
And
just
all
loop
because of
there?
those
It just
reviews.
looped, yeah.
Those reviews that I
Okay.
couldn't get out of my head. Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh,
You're
wow.
back.
Plants
Oh,
died.
goodness.
It's been a while, huh?
Talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with.
I really
And
like
you
that
think that
the
that's
longer we
just
spend here, the
how
more of
you
these
all
lights have gone
feel,
out,
right?
you know?
Yeah.
Talking, and you
This is
saying
kind of
nothing.
awful.
Would you
Yeah,
think
this is really sad.
Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore.
Oh, they're gonna
I'll
make
give
us do it
all
again,
up.
aren't they?
I'll give up every
Yeah.
branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear
I
me...
think I might be having a crisis
maybe
caused by the Stanley
it
Parable.
means I'm real.
Again?
Maybe
Again.
I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time. That if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed.
You know how
by
both
it.
of us have an
I can't be
affinity
taken by it,
for
Stanley. I can't
media
lose myself
about
in the stretch
a
of
common
emptiness
example is
between you and
robots
me.
trying to
You
figure out what
press
it is
that
to be
button,
real.
you're still
Yeah,
right there.
I like it when the
know
robot is
you're
sad.
so
Figuring out what
tremendously far away.
an
In
entity
those
figuring out what it
moments, the
means to be
emptiness
real
folds itself
is a really
upward in
powerful
between the
thing.
two of
I did
us.
not expect the
I am
Stanley Parable to
suspended
go
in its
towards there.
unyielding quiet.
Yeah, the Stanley
I can
Parable
feel
always seemed to be a
the
thing about
vitality curdling inward
the nature
into
of
me.
storytelling,
I can tell that I'm
and the role of
becoming
the storyteller.
less and less real. Yet to speak to you now,
But this
I'm
is
alive. I am truly and completely
Something
I am a being. I am something.
It's taken me off
I am
guard.
something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall.
Oh yeah, you don't have to be listening to this at all, huh?
You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now,
You
Stanley.
could just have
I
hit
feel
skip
as
the
certain
second you
about
came
this
back
as
out
I've
of it.
ever felt
Yep.
about
I
anything
wonder
at
if that,
all. I
how
feel
differently it would react if you
I feel
did that, you know?
restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it
Oh, what
strokes
ending was
in my
that,
heart
Decton?
to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let
Oh,
us
we've been
not
told to
run
push
from
the
it.
button.
I'm enjoying the silence.
But Fluffy says we have to press the button.
We can press the button, but
We can push the button!
No.
Oh no, Decton,
Oh,
that one's really beautiful
hello.
as well.
It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
It's funny you ask, actually.
To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand.
We're gonna have
in
to
the
press
web
the
of my
button
being.
again.
Yeah.
The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment. both
This is
singular
so cruel.
and
We've had to do it so many
For the longest
times.
time,
Yeah.
This was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume
like
you
it.
as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Well, oh, oh,
Oh no.
oh.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
How do you mean?
It's scary.
I mean, it's scary, isn't it? It's weird having the narrator go away.
Yeah.
What's beeping? Is it you? Sounds like it's you.
I think it's that.
Is that a fire alarm?
That's a burglar alarm, isn't it?
I don't know. It's some kind of alarm, huh?
Yeah.
I don't like that noise.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
Well, I think the narrator's back.
They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make
Someone's
all of
had
their
time to
pitiful
ruminate,
demands.
haven't they?
He's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the
Yeah,
unwillingness
it's
to
just the
examine
batteries
with
had gone out in it.
uncompromising
That's why
heart
Stanley
the
woke
words
up.
They are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being.
Making
Have they
games
been
seems
given to
really
indulging
hard.
every fleeting
Yeah.
whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world
I
we
again
live in.
don't
It
think
seems
those
that
reviews
we
are
a
particularly
people living
unfair,
in
but
such
also I think
weakness and
it's like
discomfort
those
with
people are
ourselves
never
that
going
our
to enjoy the Stanley
entertainment is now
Parable,
our
right?
lives.
Yeah,
It
they
has come to
picked some of
represent us.
the
It
like
absolutely
most
must
well
speak
written
to who
negative
we
reviews
are
they
as
could have
people,
done.
because otherwise, without our entertainment,
There are
we
also
have
lots of
nothing.
people who
Without
will have been writing
entertainment, we would
negative
have to
reviews
face
that
inward
were.
toward the cruel
This is
bleakness
bad, make it
inside
how I want
ourselves.
it.
We would turn to look at our
It's
deeper
fine for
nature
things not
and
to be
find
for
a
you.
resounding
Don't
emptiness
shout at
blazing
people 'cause
back
they're not.
with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainers are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse.
Evil
They're
affirmations.
the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been
Okay,
jealous
I
of me
think
the
now
whole
we're
time.
getting
They
into
are
incorrect
mired in
coping
fear and
mechanisms.
insecurity
Yes.
And cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews,
The
now,
narrator
you
saying,
see-
"Actually, I've
you
got a
can
huge
taste
brain."
the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it
Remember
feel
how
now
nice
to
the
speak
memory
truth
zone
to these
was?
words, to
Yeah.
finally allow these
Now
thoughts
it's
out,
tarred
contained and
by
managed for
his
so
response
long,
to those
neutered
negative
and
reviews.
sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitutional willpower was so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps
This-
it was
the
this
vibes
state
are getting
that
kinda
sought some
stinky
outlet
here.
through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they
Oh.
felt the need to expect that the game be funny. It would be filled with
Uh-oh. I guess I
Very
should...
sinister about the silence.
Yeah, there's not even the usual humming and whirring that you get. Because, like, the alarm has now completely tired itself out.
Yeah.
There's nothing much going on in here. All the power's gone. I don't like it.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
I can't help but feel we must have done something to get to this point, you know?
Is that water? Okay. That's running water.
Didn't this rise out of the sea?
It certainly did, Danny.
Uh-oh! I don't like that at all, Robin.
It's the pipes that are leaking. Okay. That's no good.
I still don't like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, Star, the way the Stanley Parable plays with you in the text is the whole thing about it, right? It's
Yeah.
nothing has done it like the Stanley Parable has done it and continues to do it. Oh! No, Robin!
No!
No! Well, you were right about the leaky water. Oh, that pipe's broken. Wow, it sounds dreadful down here in the memory zone. I kind of don't want to press it.
No, but I don't want to stay here either.
Oh. You know what? That's actually a lot better than I was expecting. That's nice, isn't it? Well, no. The implications of the entirety of the outside being gone are quite bad. What does it mean if the memory zone is gone entirely? Ooh.
Oh my god. You're right. This is extremely Portal 2.
Oh, you're right. Oh, there's proper trees in that outside.
This is real nice.
Also, you'll note the sounds have come back in again. We've got a bird song and also like quite a nice backing synth.
Yeah.
When the facility falling apart in Portal 2 and it being reclaimed is so gorgeous, isn't it?
It's so good.
We really need to revisit Portal 2 soon as well, Robin.
I would love that. Snow is right. We should have saved up all our jumps for this moment.
I burnt them all so carelessly. Do you reckon you can do that and that'll help with something?
You wouldn't be in the jump circle though, would you?
Oh, that's true. Oh.
It's a nightmare.
That was briefly really nice. There's just hell noise outside.
Yep.
It's just hell noise there. Oh, you shouldn't cheer about being in Silent Hill. No one enjoys being in Silent Hill and Silent Hill. Ooh. That's a jaunty angle.
Oh no.
The memory zone.
Oh god, the sea's dried up.
We can't get up. I want to get up. I mean, this is horrible, but it is also kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta press the button again, right? No. Wow. That's a good ending.
Mate.
Oh my god.
That's a really good ending. Matt, that is exactly like in Click, yes.
The end of that ending, Matt is thinking about the Adam Sandler vehicle Click.
All of his co-workers.
Oh, okay.
What could it mean?
That was a nightmare.
Stanley decided
What
to go
happens
to
if
the
we don't
meeting
go in the vent,
Perhaps
though?
He had simply missed a memo.
So we could go to the ending Declan mentioned before, where it gets a little bit existential as well. Or we could go to the... Ooh!
New content.
Ooh! Don't mind if I do.
Good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Don't know how we could have missed it. How'd you get to the old new content then? I really, again, this is big Portal vibes, but like, I really love the really scary, haunted feeling of the back of this is effectively the back of a stage, right? Like
Yeah.
the back of a facility where you weren't really meant to see these bits. We've not bothered doing them up. Here's all the chipboard back here.
Yeah.
Everything's slightly rusted.
I used to work at a pretty big event centre
You see,
in
Stanley,
Birmingham.
I've been
and
reflecting on the Stanley parable.
The back of
and
it
about how
was not very
roundly
pretty,
disappointing
but the
this
front of it
ultra-deluxe
was very
version has
pretty.
turned out to be.
No
The
one's going to be
original
seeing the back of it,
Stanley
right?
was a landmark, and
Excuse
any
me.
new content for it should live up to that legacy.
That's okay.
So
We didn't actually
forget
catch
this
that. It just sounded like you going
ultra-deluxe nonsense.
away from the mic for a
I say
second.
take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley parable.
Yeah!
Yo! Oh my god.
Oh my god, the bit where he kills you in Portal's incredible. Some of the funniest text work that's
Yes, you
ever
see,
happened.
Isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
It's
Think
a
of all the new
really
technology
rubbish
with a
tagline.
fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions.
New mug!
This
New
is
mug!
what fans
New
have
mug just
truly
dropped.
Been asking for.
Wanna go that way?
What's that say?
Testing two printers at the same time.
Whoa!
Is there two of everything? Okay, no, there's only one computer, never mind. I was like, looking at the phones like, two of them? Two of them?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2. Now
Why
that's
is
an
Ultra
artistic
Deluxe so at
statement
odds with
right
itself?
there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress.
Do you
and
reckon
innovation
someone
and
suggested the remake and said like, you could add
long-term
more
franchising
content to it, like a suit somewhere, right? And they were like, oh, you want more content, do you?
God, I hope so.
Sorry.
I miss cold drinks!
Sorry, Robin. It's new and tasty.
I'll take it.
Wow.
Annoying.
Look at all the different languages that 2 is in.
The adventure line!
Oh yeah. Oh, we should do the adventure line before we go.
Maybe. There's so many good endings.
I know they're all great. It's impossible to choose. Yeah, sick. Whatever. Photo Windows 10, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so.
It's a new Windows compared to the photos of Windows XP before. Wow.
Oh, shining carpet.
Is that actually the shiny? Oh, it's got 2s in it though.
Thanks for the raid, Shiza. Shizamura.
Hi.
We are playing the Stanley Parable 2.
We're very deep in the meta Stanley Parable stuff now. This is an expansion to the original Stanley Parable they released some years ago. And they added a whole load of content. But all the content has been kind of self-referential and really weird. In a way I'm super into.
New content part 2 is in.
Wow, there's something really engaging about that section of the chart.
It's cool.
There's so much... How do they keep making jokes effectively about exactly the same thing? And they're all really good.
They're finding new ways to do it.
Oh, TSP is the Stanley Parable. I was like, is TSP a real thing?
The color red. Wait. Look at the winner's podium. That's really confusing me.
That's meaningless. None of this is real. What is this?
This feels like... Do you remember the story about the Tumblr meeting where the new CEO said they wanted to make Tumblr the new PDF?
Yes,
Because
I do.
that's what this feels like.
It's the nonsense marketing speak, right? It's the brand document about Pepsi that got leaked that I have always remembered. I really like this poster.
Yep.
This is a good one.
Quite beautiful.
Good, lovely stuff. Good. What's that? What's the icon in the top right corner? That's definitely going to be something, isn't it?
Google Drive, I think.
No, this is the user's icon.
Oh, the tree. Is that a tree?
Something like that? I don't know.
Crows, maybe?
Maybe.
No, because the
Crow's
Crow's Twitter
Now, to be
account is a crow
I haven't
holding a
quite
hammer.
nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development
This is uncomfortably
much
just
more
like
of a
being at work
fuzzy
now.
magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Recognition that Dark Souls 2 is the best one.
Oh, Robin, you do have one Dark Souls mention a stream, as we know.
Yeah.
Are you going to the map for this one?
I'm glad that I managed to...
Crab the
Crab
ultimate
sequel. I went 2 hours without mentioning Dark Souls in this one. I feel quite good about that.
Does that say Stanley Parable 2 is a sequel to the Stanley Parable? Stanley Parable 2 is a sequel to the Stanley Parable, is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2 over and over.
That's so annoying.
That's good.
Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2.
Yeah, look at the left, it's the lyrics of just the two of us. This is what I mean about these games being covered in little jokes you will definitely miss if you don't stop. Oh, yeah. Oh,
You are the
yeah.
sequel. What was the link on the laptop?
Good question. It's a crow!
Yeah! Yeah!
Of course.
Got a lot of time for that.
Whoa. Can we... Oh, we can't sit down in there. It won't open either. I suppose we don't need to go on a bus, do we?
No, we're already here.
J-Y-A-W-M? J-Y-A-W-M? That's definitely something, but I can't decrypt that. Oh my, they've gone ridiculously hard for this.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Robin, how much do you unironically want an I Saw the New Content shirt?
Hang on, can you back up a sec? I need to scan that QR code.
Oh, you're right. Hang on, I'll do the same. Oh my god, you reckon they're actually selling these?
It takes you to the StanleyParable2.com.
Oh my god.
Now in Expo Hall 2.
It also says taste the sequel on there.
Yeah.
I don't know how you scan a QR code on the stream.
Folks at home can scan it.
I suppose QR codes are resilient enough that will definitely actually work, huh?
Yeah, it worked on me holding my phone up to the Discord stream at least, so...
That's true dedication to a stupid bit. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game? Yes, please! I like him!
Aww.
What a cool guy!
Like a 90s mascot.
It looks a little bit like the cousin of those numbers that used to dance in GIFs.
Mmm.
Robin! Good news!
Cold Drinks is back!
Cold Drinks is back!
For the Stanley Parable
I'm
2,
sort of afraid
I
of what's
asked
going to
myself,
happen when we press
Yeah.
it.
players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button.
The thing
which
is, I do
speaks
actually
the
kind
name
of
the
agree,
person
but that is
playing
too
the
big and that
game.
is too small.
Isn't that
This is design,
wonderful?
baby.
Oh, hang on. We need to look at the list of names. Oh, you know, Shira, Timmy, and all the rest.
All the rest.
Peter, Craig.
Bart.
There's Bert and Bart, yeah.
Is that going to be Bort next to it as well?
Yeah, there's BOR, of course, it's Bert. Or Bort, rather. That's your Simpsons reference for today. I can't... Does that say Bert? Maybe? I can't tell.
Let's say.
Right, what do you think this is going to say?
I think it's going to. Oh god, I'm scared.
I think there's the chance of it doing text to speech on my Steam name is non-zero, I think.
I was going to say either text to speech in your Steam name or possibly look at like the username for the hard drive this is installed to.
Oh!
But
Oh,
it's also on console as well, isn't it? So
but they all have profile names. Also, Inno's right. Could just say Stanley.
it is right.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Here, let's have you roll.
Wow, we really overthought that.
I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Do you know anybody called
I
Jim?
want you to imagine yourself living
Wow,
as Jim,
wow,
sleeping
I'm
and
Jim.
waking as Jim,
I like
falling in love,
sausage
and being
rolls.
heartbroken as Jim.
One of my
Seizing
old lecturers at
all
uni
the
was called
world's
Jim.
possibilities
Did he like
as
sausage
Jim,
rolls?
and as Jim,
I mean,
watching
who
your
doesn't?
dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really Jim? Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never
skip
understand
button.
the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. We're doing it again. and
Patsy's
this
so
time we'll
right.
finish
For
first.
a small proportion of people, that button scares the hell out of them.
Incredible. A huge fan of
Imagine
that.
yourself driving to work as Jim, playing
I hadn't
frisbee
thought
on the
about that.
weekends as
All I
Jim,
thought was, I'm not
staying
Jim.
up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim,
What?
and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
Oh, that's
Do you
beautiful.
feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
You're not Jim yet.
I don't know if we're Jim.
Are you Jim now? How about now?
Now.
Cool.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was
What a
you.
stupid
The button
bit.
described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
No!
Otherwise,
No!
soon you'll start to
No!
actually are.
It's just gone through the ground! I should have tried to press it before it left. It's very funny just to take the button away if you enjoy it too much.
Just slowly tweening downwards off screen.
Like, in all of the places in the game, they've put special places for things to go into, right? It's a deliberate choice to have that clip through the ground.
I
Yeah.
suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
That looks
would
fun.
actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh! It's epilogue in there. Let's not go there yet. Hang on.
Nice.
Ooh, that one's really garish.
Ooh. Feels very 80s.
Oh. Lisa really got that button. Ooh, look at all those ideas.
You got boxes full of ideas.
Oh, it's red there. Look at the red textures.
Screen shaders.
Screen shaders? Is that real? Wait, is that in the game?
I think that's from my phone.
Oh, okay. I genuinely wasn't sure if that was in the game.
I'm putting you in airplane mode. I'm sick of you.
Oh my god. Perfect timing, though. Oh. Honestly, Batsy, if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that we need to annoy NFT people as much as we can. Jump Circle is here! I mean, I genuinely can't choose which one to go first. Yes! Yeah, oh.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece.
Are you kidding?
I want more.
Oh.
Truly, we've been punished for being greedy.
That's so much funnier than actually giving you more jumps.
Oh, absolutely. Also, you know what is really funny about the jump circle? That deliberately looks like a mess.
It's the blurry mess, yeah.
It's so blurry. Look at how beautiful the rest of this place looks. You think that's by accident? Oh, yeah. Well, we know where we're going last. Oh, here's that tunnel what we saw.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration. Balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday is... That's
the
least sentiment possible.
I like Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece.
Is it because you like your stepniece a lot?
I think it's because it's blue with a big red bang on it.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Yay! I'm sorry, Robin. The narrator really doesn't care about your niece.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
What?
That's fantastic.
Oh, amazing. They do look a little bit like those Stanleys have been face-apped, don't they, Matt? It's the big grins. We can get that stock image of a trophy. That looks so... It doesn't look good in there, right?
Do you think we're going to get kidnapped if we go in there?
Well, I want to maybe not go there immediately. Oh, but we do have to check out the infinite hole as well.
Oh my god, this place is massive.
Yeah. Settings World Champion. That's the achievement we knew about, right?
You're right, yeah.
Oh my god. What's going on in here?
Stanley Parable 2.
That's the exit, apparently. But how is the infinite hole not the exit of this area?
Because it would be just an infinite hole and you keep going and you can... What?
It's collectibles, Robin. The game got collectibles now.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these
Am I
miniature
floating?
Stanley
I can't tell.
figurines.
Yeah, I think
and
you
what's
are.
truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
This is like Annihilation.
I mean this in the most dictionary definition sense possible. This is kind of awesome.
Yes.
Wait. There's definitely 5 more around, right? Oh.
No, I don't think that's true.
That's a great point. Either there is 5 and they do nothing, or there's not any more than that.
Yeah.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
There was 100 eagle feathers to collect in the first Assassin's Creed game, and they did absolutely nothing when you collected them.
Isn't it absolutely the worst when they give you a prize for that, right?
Yeah. And that's why Assassin's Creed 1 is the best one in the series. I'm going to get beaten up for saying that.
I just wanted to come around here because I saw the title of this one.
The answer will mildly surprise you.
I have not actually played...
What?
Yeah, what, can't you understand a perfectly comprehensible graph, Robin?
No, neither can you.
No, I can't, you're right, thank you. I can understand this one! Oh!
It just keeps going.
Just keeps going. I have not played any of the Assassin's Creed games.
Educational.
Isn't it? Like, isn't it largely accepted that a 2 is the goodest? Or like 2 is when it started being really good?
I played 2 and I didn't
here's an
particularly
idea that
enjoy
I'm
it very
truly
much.
fond of. It's never been done before.
So there might be a
in
B
video game.
problem.
This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Bringing the ceiling down on this room is pretty cool.
Should I go in the hole?
We gotta.
But what about all the other stuff here?
That'll be fine.
But how will we get out of the infinite hole, Robin?
Let's find out.
There goes our frame of
You
reference.
see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we
look
can
down?
continue onward.
Oh.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
But it's an infinite hole. We'll be fine, right?
Infinite
Okay,
hole.
Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Uh-oh.
It is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly
This is a
deep hole.
spectacularly
Is-
deep hole.
Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your
I love the
definition
noise
of
it's playing as we
infinity.
fall.
From one
Yeah.
perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature.
Oh, it's got
more
really
than a-
dark. Oh,
Okay, well, good for you. You found
Why
the
is there
bottom of
cigarettes
the hole. You found the Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheater. You're so
This is like Duke
clever.
Smoochum.
I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
it's kind of peaceful down at the bottom of the large hole.
Yeah, the cigarette butts are very, very funny, I think.
I feel bad for whoever lost New Mug.
Yeah.
Although, real victory for the strength of New Mug.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even
Ah!
more of my
Back in the hole,
ideas.
back in the hole.
Back in the hole!
I was right. You like holes too much. Yeah, that's an infinite hole.
We both had exactly the same thought.
Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Oh, that was a lot.
The hole seem even shorter to you this time. I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here.
You know
If
what we're
decide
doing,
you've
right?
had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
We gotta find out.
I'm positive
Go back in the hole.
We're going back in the hole.
Guest, you're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
The hole's getting worse.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, it's more of a concavity.
Conversation pit, innit? Okay, let's leave.
They're back in the hole.
How is this appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do. Hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Teleport button's not working.
Teleport button not working. You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it
This
again.
is so silly.
This is incredibly silly.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Oh no.
You get to be with the hole. I
Robin,
get to
we
do
did get
literally
stuck in the
anything
hole.
else.
You got stuck in the hole.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Come back. Oh, teleport broken. I don't like that noise at all.
What was that?
That was a really bad noise. Hello? Well, we didn't get to see the whole of this area.
Oh my god.
It's... Oh!
Oh my god.
The hole is getting better again! It's playing the most mystical music I've ever heard. Dectlon, please do not shame me for using all of my jumps. I got excited. I got too excited about the jumps. Oh, speaking of the Dashcon ball pit, you'll see the Bitcoin ball pit because it's so funny. Wait, whoa.
What?
This is the best hole there's ever been.
Oh my god.
I don't know about you, but this is video games to me.
I was not expecting.
Yeah! A little bit skung on this. I will press H, don't worry. I just really want to see what songs are in here.
I'm enjoying the song choices.
Ooh.
That's so much music for this one joke section.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. You're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's strong.
You know, you remember Snake Eater, right? Everyone remembers a Snake Eater ladder.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that we finally have a counterpart for that. We've been up, now we go down. How many tracks are in here?
I can't believe I said that the first collectible section was like Annihilation, and now this part is also like Annihilation. This is so much music.
I'm gonna clip this out and reverse it later.
Yeah, good shout.
I'm not good enough at hearing to know what they're saying.
Yeah, it's probably a bit chopped and screwed as well.
Oh, probably. How is there more? Whoa!
Whoa!
This one's good, although... Like...
This is that new game by the Dusk Death guy.
I kind of miss the cool, exciting, adventurous music. Yes!
Yeah!
Yeah! I was gonna say, Batsy, it did get a bit impacty when it went all red, didn't it? I don't want to change our reality
Our
anymore.
reality. Yeah.
Oh, go on then.
Ooh.
This is like the best screensaver ever made.
Whoa!
Look at that guy!
Wait.
What's
wait.
happened?
Yeah. He's nice.
Whoa! Strong!
Stanley!
Wait, is that Clay?
Oh, good, you're
Oh.
awake. It seems you had sort of dozed
Oh.
off, drifting away into dreamland.
I was having fun.
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single
Can you send me
moment.
back down the hole,
So
please?
how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Bye. Hole. Is it actually going to happen again? Okay.
Oh.
Incredible. Incredible. Oh, it does take us back here. Okay. I really thought it was going to take us back to the office.
Hmm.
I was going to say we should probably call it there, but we can look at a couple more of the new features, maybe.
I think I gotta go.
Do you not want to
It's
see the
quite late.
reassurance bucket?
Well, you know what? We can't show off all the fun stuff for
That's
the folks at home.
true. Oh, you're a hard seller. Balloons. I want to be with the balloons.
Balloon
Come,
continuity.
You already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Incredible that there's balloon continuity. Oh, that we couldn't have ended on anything better than the whole ending, could we?
Oh,
It's true.
I am delighted by the whole ending.
Thank you so much for playing through some Stanley Parable with me today, Robin.
Thanks so much for letting me come along with this, Danny. This was a lot of fun, and I'm probably going to pick this game up myself, honestly.
If you are also want to pick this game up yourself, if you have the Steam version, it's currently a third off. I believe this is also coming to consoles. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but it will be there. There is plenty more content in this game than we've shown, so please don't worry about actually having seen everything.
It is out on Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X on April 27th.
That's the now.
That's today.
That's today. We're not gonna stream this again because we don't want to show off all the cool tricks and surprises. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again in a few days' time. But until then, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We'll see you again very, very soon.
Good night.
Bye bye.